What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning on the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Player. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos, is more style, and the map looks like it's painted desert. We've got the Oranos Zeus matchup of this tournament. I really am enjoying this final four because we're seeing a lot of different civilizations over the four people. So the final four being Shelty, Joe, Player, and Moore. So Moore is the resident Atlantean player. Player is the resident Zeus or Greek player. Joe is the Egyptian player, and Shelty is the Norse player, but he's kind of playing whatever he feels like. So if you're just tuning in now and you haven't really been following this, this is a round robin of the end of a bracket. So the bracket finished. The top four people from that bracket met into the final four, and instead of playing games against each other, there's a round robin to see who gets to go on and watch the finals, play in the finals. So we'll see who does manage to get there and who can take these wins here. So interested to see how Moore plays this game here. Oranos on these maps is always interesting. I think it is going to be a very standard build from him though. 430 looks like it's probably going to be, I don't know just yet, but counter barracks, military barracks is Moore's style, as his name indicates. Alright, and Player on the other hand, I am very interested in how Player approaches this matchup. I assume he's going to go Hermes because you need that Hermes to get the speedy centaur out to start harassing your opponent straight away. One of Zeus's very strong points in this matchup is the beginning of the classical age, because you can get Jason out, Odysseus out, Centaur out, and then by the time you get all three of those out, the most Atlantean can have out is maybe 2 Murmillo and a Terma. And then your heroes can kill off or distract those heroes, because your two heroes are much stronger than those 3 units. And then your centaur can do a lot of damage elsewhere, and it's really hard for Atlantean to deal with that. So we'll see if that's the route the player does decide to go. There's also a sort of a back gold mine here for Moore. So Athena styles here where we're trying to rush with some Minotaur or something like that. Probably not going to work, simply just because Moore can chill in the back of his base here. It's going to be difficult for Player to do this. If we check out Player's line of sight, he's going to be moving in here, and he is going to be spotting that back gold mine as we move through the base. He doesn't spot the back gold mine. Oh, here we go. He does spot the back gold mine. So that is going to mean there's no way he decides once he sees this gold mine that that's what's going to happen there. We are seeing also 2 villages on gold very, very early for Moore. Is he doing a 4-minute advance here? It does look like, yeah, he's done a 4-minute advance. So he's trying to prepare for the early aggression of Player. By advancing 4 minutes, you do have enough units to get out and survive that early aggression, but you do not get hand axe, you don't get pickaxe, so that does slow you down quite a bit. We'll see what they do come up with. Also, Moore has the option of attacking this location potentially with a Valor onto his oracles. A lot of the time we don't see Valor on oracles though, simply because you can't get the Valor also onto your citizen, which is a huge bonus. I believe it's like 125 food and some sort of amount of gold. I'm not sure. Wait, I should be able to click on him and then see. No, I can't. Well, I didn't see it, so we'll see what happens. Who's going to cast this over here? Maybe not. I think he needs to wait and he'll cast it if he needs to, but he wouldn't want to. Wants to get out the military barracks, counter barracks. Ooh, he's going military barracks off this 4-minute advance time. That's interesting. He's also deleting that Promethean, so he gets Promethean offspring, so they can run a little bit faster. And if I had to guess, I would say he's running right here to harass that food there. Hermes coming through, 430 advance, perfect advance there for Player. Getting his Jason out, going to get out, gets out Sylvan Law first instead of the second Centaur. I like that against Oranos, but not against everyone. I like it against Oranos because Oranos' units are so fast that they can kill off that centaur before you can get out a second centaur with Sylvan Law. So getting that Sylvan Law out straight away means that you can harass around with this centaur without losing him, as opposed to the other way around. But say you were versing someone like Thor. I would probably expect player, if he's doing this strategy, to get out 2 centaurs and then get the Sylvan Law, simply because Thor can't deal with it, and you want to get the centaurs attacking as soon as possible. We also see more over here. He's got these citizens onto this gazelle, onto this food here. He does need to get up a house in order to be in a decent position. You can see he's at 46 population already, where players only at 28. So that's the big advantage of advancing so fast. However, he's advanced really fast, but he can't move out of his base. So he hasn't put forward buildings down, so he's not going to be able to attack that early. We are seeing the Murmillo hero moving in with the standard Murmillo onto this food place here, and player does react to that one instantly before he starts taking damage, and he should be able to get away from here. Definitely want to, if your villagers get attacked, you want to grab the rest of your villagers and click again so that they don't all slow down. It does kind of look like this villager has slowed down the rest of them. But she will probably die, not get out of there. Looks like there was a bit too much villager bumping into each other. So if he had separated the villagers into their walking path, this villager wouldn't have bumped into anything and probably could have gotten out there. We are seeing the attack now coming onto more here. He's attacking the centaur pole marks, but they're microing around fairly nicely. And you can see, even though there's so many Atlantean units here, these heroes are doing they're doing a lot of damage, managing to kill off the Terma there. It's kind of a trade for the Jason, but the Odysseus is going to be chilling here, sitting at 30% pierce armor against the 5 and 4 pierce armor of the Terma. I'm surprised the Bolt didn't come down onto one of these. That could have been really, really useful. We're also seeing Hoplite running in here instead of the standard what do you call it, Hippocom. There's the Bolt onto the Murmillo, which I do like. That keeps these centaurs alive for a very, very long time. But these Hoplite are going to be falling very, very fast. It's also going Hoplite and Hippocom. That's going to be a difficult one to do without that much gold. You can also see he's running 0% on the food villages there, so not producing any villages at this point. Definitely want to get over here and try and pick off some of these villages. Do have a 1 HP citizen here who is gonna get into that town, into that manor very, very easily. Another Valor does come down. That's gonna be 2 Murmillo here instead of the Terma, so he's gonna be able to run onto these guys and cause a lot of issues. Does manage to get the citizens out again to get a little bit more food income, but the centaur's already onto them. And Amor, not quite microing this one to the best of his ability. Definitely want to try and get those hero units onto everything else here, onto these centaur. Very important to get them onto the centaur, and it does look like the micro is doing a fair amount of work now for player. However, the Shockwave is coming down a little bit late, and the Centaur are not getting focused down, and it is looking like there's a 5 HP, 1 HP Centaur here, potentially going to get out, but does not get out, does get picked off there, luckily for more. And he is going to be losing some more of these guys. Has he got his, no, he hasn't got the gold income. He's been producing Prometheans, which I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of. Would have preferred him to keep that gold in order to get the cheap hero upgrade in order to deal with these centaurs. That upgrade is so good. These Terma cost next to nothing to heroize, and then you can do all the work you need. Promethean is going to get picked off instantly as well with just a little bit of micro. And that's why you don't want to build Prometheans into Zeus with centaurs. We are seeing the Odysseus move in yet again, picking off a lot of these units. He's such a strong unit. They're 9 attack and 352 HP. And it does look like this food location has been abandoned here, basically. And it does look like the centaur are not going to spot these citizens returning to their base. There's not really that much goat. There's no pigs left here, so Moore's going to have to transition into something else. Seeing the map as it is against Zeus here, I think Max Terma may have been a better option here for Moore, so that he could transition into farms easier and do all the things that you normally do easy as Oranos and try and just raid instead of trying to defend the hunt spot. But that's not the case here. It's not what he's gone for. We are seeing player run around again. I think he may be able to find a little bit of success raiding this wood line here, but I'm not sure he really knows about it. If I check his line of sight, yeah, he sees that they're there, so he knows that there's an option to hit that one there. We are seeing a nice raid onto these villages here from Moore, so this is going to help him out quite a bit. Going to be taking down most of these villages as well, if not all of them. And the units of player are all, they're elsewhere at this point, not quite close enough. Going to be picking off another villager, and we are seeing this, what's that, 1, 2, 3, or just 2? Should be able to pick off this guy, try to get this one as well. We are going to see another villager down, and another one should fall. Unfortunately, the player going for the gold line, which is right next to the manor, does manage to pick off a villager though, because Moore was not paying attention. But Moore is here with his Terma and his other things. A player is going to be chasing Moore away here, which is good for player, but player's already taken that damage there on those villagers, and taking that toll for those gazelle hunt in the corner. We are seeing that players also being very, very ballsy, moving up onto this granary here that's getting scouted by the Oracle. So I'm assuming Moore's going to just run straight there, and we are seeing the Terma are hot on their tail. And we are seeing, yet again, raids coming in, but the manners are up. Going to be almost picking off a villager there. I would have loved... What is it? Oh, I didn't actually manage to get that many. Must have got into the manor before the arrows hit them, which is nice for Moore, but I'm going to keep seeing these raids. It's really hard for Oranos to defend against this one. Definitely would be a good idea to just set his oracles up so he can see where everything is moving around. He's got this oracle here and this one here. Just imagine if he had an oracle here and an oracle here, or like just in the corner so that he can spot the centaur running through. Then he could react. Because the centaur do not have as much line of sight as an oracle. So you could keep them in the corner, see the centaur running through these locations, and be able to react to this one. We're seeing a little bit of a fight here. I'm not sure why player's taking this fight. I'm surprised because his army is not very strong here. It doesn't look like there's that many numbers, but I guess there's no heroes for Moore, so player's going to be taking this one fairly easily here, and Moore's got no gold at the moment because his gold mine's just expired. But player has to get out of there at this point. Doesn't want to lose too many of those centaurs. A lot of this matchup comes down to the Zeus player massing enough myth units that it's just too much for the Atlantean player to defend against it. And Moore's also making the mistake of spending his favor on Prometheans, which, while they're decent enough units, you're spending your favor on Prometheans instead of on heroes. And if you get the heroes out, you can pick off the myth units, and it's kind of a way through this strategy that players trying to implement here. Well, we're also going to see these centaur jumping in onto these citizens here. This is going to be really, really big. Doesn't manage to pick off one villager there because there's not that many. There's not enough centaur. You need 5 centaur to pick off a villager with one shot, and we are also seeing Moore having a retreat here. He wants to get aggressive, but he just can't. And there's a lot of low HP. Oh, there's a lot of low HP citizens here, and he does manage to pick off one there. Potentially another one going down. That's 2 centaur going down there. It does look like one of these centaur may be falling, and the villagers are finally going to be able to get back onto that gold mine. Now, player should be in a position that he can start pushing. He's seeing an 84 population, 87 population, so fairly close to Moore. But his army is so strong. He's got such a strong army with those hoplite and those hippocon, which completely counter what Moore's doing here. These Terma don't have any advantage against those melee units of this Greek player, the Greek Zeus player. No, I can't. I don't even know. His name's so difficult. All right. Has upgrades coming. We do have pickaxe, no hand axe just yet, so Moore is definitely struggling here. We're going to be seeing player making an effort to move in here. Moore does have shockwave, so you do want to try and spread these centaur out as best as you can. At the moment, the shockwave hits most of them, and it would be worthwhile trying to pick off a couple of them, get that Get a couple of those Terma in here. We do see the Shockwave using on that melee units here, which is a little bit of a surprise. We're also seeing the Centaur trying to pick off those gold units so that Moore can't produce any more military units. And he's going to be moving in. We're also seeing the Mermiller getting onto one of these Centaur, trying to micro that one away, picks the wrong one up. But Odysseus does do what he needs to do there. Does not manage to save that other Centaur. Now the hero is not quite targeting correctly here, and it does look like player pushes Moore off that gold mine. There's no gold left for Moore on the map, and Moore decides to tap out. GG, well played there by a player. Really executing this Zeus strategy against Moore very, very well there. Going for the early Odysseus, Jason, Sylvan Law Centaur in order to harass the food and keep the Oranos player on the back foot. He did lose a couple of villages here and there. I do reckon that this strategy is not the be-all and end-all here, and I do think that Oranos can deal with it. I don't think Promethean is the way to go. I think you need to get that Prometheus upgrade to get your heroes cheaper, and you can heroize some of your Murmillo for the food cost. Maybe even build less units, so you don't want to auto-queue your units as much. That way you can afford to get those heroes out even more so. And then you can deal with all of these myth units nice and easily. Unfortunately, Moore looking like he was trying to play a little bit too standard and not adapting to players' playstyle here. And player does manage to take this game. So yeah, if you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name's Boit, and I will see you guys next time.